At the turn of the 20th century, the Ottoman Empire, a large nation in the Middle East, was in a severely weakened position. For over a century, the empire had been in decline, and other European powers began referring to the Ottomans as the sick man of Europe. Once a dominant Balkan and Middle Eastern power, the Ottomans eventually began to lose influence over those areas. In the 1800s, a wave of nationalism spread over lands within the Ottoman Empire, leading to 1. Greek independence and Serbian autonomy, 2. The aftermath of the Russo-Turko War in 1878 led to the independence of Serbia, Romania, and Montenegro, 3. The Ottomans had lost control over Egypt in 1882. Understandably, the empire was severely weakened by these events, but the worst was yet to come: the Ottoman entrance into the First World War. In 1908, a rebellion known as the Young Turk Revolution occurred. This revolution removed the Sultan from power and installed a parliament. Many political parties against Sultan Abdulhamid II wanted reform within the declining Ottoman Empire. The most popular party wanting reform within the Ottoman Empire was the Committee of Union and Progress, or the CUP. One of its primary leaders, Enver Pasha, wished to strengthen the Ottoman Empire and expand their influence. He believed that a Central Powers victory could do this. On August 2, 1914, with World War I already raging, the German and Ottoman empires signed an alliance. For this agreement, the Ottomans agreed to join the war as quickly as they could. However, the Ottoman Empire was far from ready to go to war after suffering defeats against the Italians and Balkan nations in previous wars. If the Ottomans were to win the war, they would gain more territory and resources to become stronger again. The side they choose to align with would provide the Ottomans with the required resources to effectively fight a war. The Germans had provided economic aid to the crumbling empire and had built a large railroad system within the Ottoman Empire in previous years. The Ottomans felt like they could get more out of a Central Powers victory than an Entente victory. Despite agreeing to join World War I, the Ottomans stayed out of the war, frustrating the Germans. The Ottomans claimed that they were not prepared for war and could not join at the moment. Because of this, Germany threatened to repel economic aid to the Ottoman Empire. Pressured, the Ottomans agreed to go to war. The Ottomans believed that Germany's early war victories would cause a quick victory for the Central Powers. One example of this is the Battle of Tannenberg, where German forces annihilated the opposing Russian forces. In August of 1914, 2 German warships entered Ottoman ports after they had been chased through the Mediterranean by the French and British fleets. The ships were quote-unquote transferred to the Ottoman Navy. In late October, Enver Pasha, one of the leaders of the Ottoman Empire, was eager to go to war. He wanted a quick victory for the Ottomans and to reclaim their glory. He sent out the Ottoman fleet, along with the 2 German ships, to bombard Russian coastal cities along the Black Sea. This was a secret decision, and many other politicians, especially members of the Freedom and Accord Party, strongly disagreed with going to war. The Ottoman ships bombarded Russian coastal cities, destroyed numerous civilian ships, a Russian gunboat, and a Russian mine layer. Over the next few days, Russia, France, and Britain declared war on the Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman Empire had now joined a war that was to become one of the most deadliest and destructive wars in human history, and ultimately led to the Ottoman Empire's collapse.